Hello, guys, and TGIF. It was a real nice day today. I'm glad you can join me for the Indie Spotlight. Today, or shall I say tonight, we are having two special guests. We're having Dana Holness, who is a singer and a songwriter out of New York, and we also have the host of Roast and Review, Kato. Kayo, excuse me. Okay, so I'm just waiting for everybody to get into the room so that they can enjoy the show. I think I'm doing this right. So, as I always tell you every Friday, that the Indie Spotlight really is a place where independent, small, big businesses, influencers, models, entrepreneurs, anybody that has a business or who is trying to do something, or is trying to do anything, can come on here, and then we can interview them and have an in-depth interview about their business, what they're doing, where people can, you know, see them and get to them. Hey, um, so what I'm going to do is ask Dana, who is our first guest, if she would like to start her interview now, because like I normally say I start like at 7:10, but hey, I think it's a good time. Hey, would you like to start your interview now? Just let me know. If you need a little bit of time, that's fine too. Should I have my volume up? Okay. Okay, cool. All right, I'm gonna ask you to join. Great. Okay. Oh, how am I doing this? I hope I did that right. Hey,
Hey, what's up?
hi.
How are you?
What's up? I'm
I'm
okay. How are you
good.
doing?
I'm
Good,
fine.
good, good.
Wait, okay, so it's like, let me make, okay, good. Go for it. It's good to see you. I'm excited.
Good. Me too. Me too. So I'm glad. It was nice outside, and it was a nice Friday. And
Yeah.
um, how did um, how did you come? The first question I normally ask is, how did you come up with your name?
Oh, Dana Holmes Music. That's my government girl. That's my name.
Oh, okay. Great,
Yeah.
great, great.
Yeah.
That's good. Because I kind of like mix my name with with what everybody calls me and my middle name. So, okay.
Okay,
My government. What'd you say?
that's what I thought. I was like, Shayrenee sounds like your name. It's not your name?
No, so my first name is Shahara.
Got
And
you.
yeah, so I what's it called? But everyone calls me Shay. Like that's my nickname, my childhood nickname, and just everyone calls me that. But my middle name is Renee, so that's why I put that together. So that's
Oh, I
cool. I
love
like.
it.
What area are you from?
I'm from DC.
DC.
I
Okay.
am. I
Um,
am. You're from Philly. Like we're neighbors.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So where do you like currently live at? What
I
area?
live in New York.
You live in New York. Cool.
Yeah.
I've
Yeah.
never
But
been
you
to
know
New
what's
York
funny?
before.
I'm actually in DC right now.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay, cool. Awesome,
Mhm.
awesome. Um, I never traveled to New York, but I wanted to. I was going to 2020, but a lot of stuff happened with COVID, so I was like, okay, I'm not gonna be able to get there.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
not able to. um, what inspired you to make your music?
Well, first I gotta say thank you so much for having me. Like you're like breaking the Instagram live bubble for me, which is dope because I've never done this before. So I really appreciate you having me.
I
Um,
appreciate that. I appreciate that. Thank you, and I'm
Yeah,
glad to
and like
have you
you're a
on.
singer too, so and like it's like really nice that you're doing this. It's dope.
Yeah, I was like, well, I need to do something that makes sense with like my platform, and I actually followed a lot of singers and a lot of influencers and stuff, and I'll be like, but I never see anybody interview these people. And I
Wow.
just never seen nobody interview him. So I was like, why is nobody finding out what's happening? Like, we got a lot of good stuff happening right here or in our local neighborhoods and stuff like that. So,
Absolutely. And you decided to fill the gap. That's dope. Yeah.
yeah. So thank you for coming on and thank you for thanking me. And
Yeah.
what type of music do you like making? And yeah, so what type of music do you like making?
So that's a good question. I love it because I like a lot of people are like, so what genre do you sing? And I don't think I make music like that. I think that I'm a top line writer. So a
Mm,
lot of like for me, so far it's been about like finding beats. So
okay.
so like if I hear something that I'm feeling and I'm working with somebody, then I'm like, okay. And sometimes it's been like for me just like calling producers and getting beats. So a lot of times I'm working with whatever somebody gives me. And
Hmm.
so I kind of have just been, like a little bit all over the map in terms of what I'm writing, depending on, or what kind of music I'm writing too. So it's sort of hard for me to categorize, which I kind of think is like a good, a good thing. Um, but
No, I
yeah,
think that's awesome.
why you think it's awesome?
Well, when I listened to I think it was called a song. Is it called Rhythm in Your Heart?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Like I was like, okay, cool. Like I could rock this song. I could walk there. I feel like I'm in like New York where I haven't been at. I can go shopping, and it's like nice feeling and inspirational and stuff. So I'm glad that like you said like you don't really have a genre because um I think that's like unique. Like I think like all parts or all facets and genres of music can inspire you to make whatever kind of music you make. You
Yeah,
know.
like a lot of times, so far, everything that I've released has kind of had like a dance vibe, a more upbeat tempo. And so I guess I like that, I guess. And I mean, some of it sounds kind of like disco, like, kind of like modern disco. A lot of the stuff right now, a lot of the stuff that I put out is stuff that I've had for a long time. So like really new stuff is just beginning to come out. And I'm kind of like, let me just keep putting out whatever I'm making.
Sure.
Um,
Yeah.
and we'll see how it evolves. Yeah.
That's good. Well, it sounds good. I liked it, and it's of what is it? It's of really of good quality. You
Thank
know,
you. Thank
it's of
you.
good quality.
Yeah, I've
So
been like massively lucky to work with producers who do really great work in the studio, like
mm,
Phil Lewis, Gonzalo Contreras, Rasmus Pilgrim, Jeremiah Glazier, like all of them have made so much music before me that when I come in, it's just like I don't mind just putting lyrics to what I get. So and they're the ones who make it sound lovely.
yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah.
Um, where can people find like your music? Where can people find your music? So like your Facebook, your all your like your platform and streams, because try to make sure that I ask people about that, because when people think of music streams, they normally think of a certain amount of musical platforms. They don't think about the other ones.
Yeah. All
So,
of them, all of them. Deezer, Media One. Um, you can get them from Google, from Amazon, from Spotify, from Apple. What I'm really trying to do, actually, and this is what I think really makes you an independent artist, is sell it off of my website. Um, you know, it's just it's a place where people can we can share an experience. I blog, and so I'm talking about things that are happening in my life, and then I sell it directly off of my website. So it's
mhm.
at www.Dana Holness Music. And like I think I try to brand more from my website, so it gives people kind of like more a sense of who I am, and hopefully it creates more of a relationship.
So would that it would be like that, right?
I'm sorry.
Like it would be
Oh, yeah,
www.dana.
girl. Oh, you
Yeah,
working?
so I'm trying to. Yeah, because I noticed that it's so it's so much stuff online that I have to constantly be redirect. Like, I have to constantly be redirected in order to find the person's music. And when people can't just like click and see your music fast, they're like, "Oh, okay, no, to the next thing," because their attention span is like
Right.
5 seconds.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
That's good
okay,
info. That's really good info.
yeah. So okay, so you're on Facebook, you're on Instagram, you have a YouTube, you said?
I do have YouTube. I
Okay,
do.
and they okay,
Yeah.
and they can all find that under Dana Holness, right?
Yep. Yep. Dana Holmes Music.
Great, great.
Yeah.
I just said hopefully I was able to say hi to everybody in the room. Hey Tracy, I was able to say hello to
Yeah.
everyone
Yeah.
in the
Yeah.
room.
Yeah. Please do. Love Shay
What?
just joined. Shay Payne or Jay Payne just joined.
Yeah, and I'm glad everyone is watching. So, and I'm
Yeah.
happy that that everyone's watching. And thank you for coming in and spending your time here. And I also want to ask you a question of what is the best? Okay, so what is the best advice you would give an artist or up and coming artist?
You know, do it for the love and just be open to doing your best, you know, like
Mhm.
I I am really glad that I have like, and this is what I mean, like if I had to choose over really dope beats with people who are like, you just want to be in the room with people who are really passionate about what they're doing too. And then I think that you can work some magic no matter what you get, you know, like none of the beats that I started writing to, I had no expectation, you know, it's just you get, but the people that are doing them really feel passionate about what they do. And
Yeah.
so your quality outcome is what's really important. Like, does it sound good? You know, and then the rest. So like that can only happen if you're working with people who are really. I played up big time because everybody I've worked with is way better than me. So
Mhm.
um, I like that makes me go in there like, whoa, I can't mess around because they not messing around, you know. So
Right,
yeah,
right. Well, just to add to that, like all beats, I normally say this, are not created equal.
that's right.
They're not all productions are not. So like you said, you were careful about, like who you worked with and how they worked and the quality of what they did. And like what people don't look at is that making music and creating music, whether you're the producer or the engineer or the singer or anything like that, it takes a lot of time. It is such a time consuming thing to get something small out of a lot of time.
Yeah,
Yeah, it takes a lot of time. Do you
yeah.
have any products or merch for sale?
I do. I do. You said, do I have anything for sale?
Yeah, like your products or merch, like your music, or do you have like clothing or anything like that?
You know what? My music is for sale right now. I haven't started
The
with
music.
product yet. Um, my mind is there, but it's you got to go one step at a time. You know, like this right here is dope because it's giving me a feeling of what it's like to like one step at a time with this thing
Yeah,
because
sure.
ugh, you know,
So your
like
music's for sale. I mean, that's
yeah,
still a
it is.
product.
It is. Yes, absolutely.
And it's something that put your heart into and that you spent a lot of time doing.
Yeah.
Um, Hello everyone. Do you have any up and coming projects or like live performances? Now, not live performances like everything's opening up, but are you having like any web concerts, any live
Yeah.
performances or anything?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm gonna do my first IG on Sunday. I'm telling you, girl,
Oh,
you
okay.
inspired me.
That's good because someone inspired me to do this. So and we have to like have that daily. Like so like just like you said, like
Absolutely.
go out, and just like, you know, wake up like it was such a bad time. Let me say like it was such a bad time for music because of
Yeah,
COVID. A lot of bad stuff. It was really, really the music industry and the live entertainment industry got hit really hard. So,
yeah,
um, I'm glad to actually have like social media now. Now that I'm done with like all the stuff that the bad things that social media has. Like this is all the good stuff that you could do with social media.
yeah.
Like so
So
happy.
true.
So I'm happy about that. So you said you're having a live performance on Sunday, and that's on
Yeah,
IG Live.
you know what? Okay. So if this is gonna be the first time I'm doing it on IG, so I gotta like set it up and
Uh huh.
figure out how to do it so that I can have some music. So a friend of mine is gonna help me, and I'm kind of thinking like maybe it'll
Hey.
move into like a karaoke type thing, or like the same
Mhm.
the same idea of like maybe having someone else on, having people sing. I'm beginning to see a lot of cool stuff. People are having like virtual open mics on IG, and so I like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're gonna do that on Sunday. What time? So like everyone can know to like join in and look and watch.
I'm thinking like 7, but if it doesn't happen, it's because my tech stuff is not together. So that's why I
Okay.
haven't put out any advertisement for it. Like maybe on Sunday I'll put it out once I know we got everything together. So
Right. Right.
yeah. So what was this like? Okay, so this is how many you've done this for a while. I actually saw on your page that you've been doing it. Yeah. So
Yeah.
where do you get how do you figure out who and what, like how did you find me? What made you
How do I
decide?
find? So
Yeah.
I think I started following you because I started following like I tried to look for like people that were like not mainstream,
I
and
love
I tend and I tend to always be the what is it like the person that like goes and like approaches people.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know how they might feel, but I'll be like, hey, like, I'm not, what am I doing, and what is the other person doing, and would they like to do this? So I came
Yeah.
across your page. I think it was on IG. Sometimes it has like a suggestion for people. Like
Hmm.
if I follow a lot of people that do music, it'll suggest me new people that do music. So
Okay.
yeah,
Got it. Yeah.
yeah. So I feel you though. Like when you do it's funny that like nowadays, like because of so much internet, you have to literally be like a videographer and an auto engineer and this and that. And I'm just like, oh, it's over. It can be overwhelming sometimes.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. But you're doing it.
Um, yeah. Uh, due to so I want to ask. So due to the COVID-19 shutdowns, where do you think the future of live music and production is heading?
Well, like so in June, I'm gonna work with some musicians and I'm gonna make a couple of live performances that we filmed of songs that I've already done. I'm doing a couple of people have asked me from other parts of the world, like if I would do a song, because I think everybody is in their living rooms making music. And so
Yeah.
I kind of feel like it's gonna go in that direction where there's going to be tons of collaborations and you just have access to. 'Cause right now that's really, I think, my main focus is to keep making music, and the
Hmm.
only way you can really do that is if you're working with other people. So I think collaborations are like all over the place, and I think that I'm really hoping it goes back to live. I mean, I hope that um venues will kind of think, like I was thinking the other day, like there was a venue that I loved in the Bronx. It was outdoors. Maybe if they have 1 hour, 10 people every hour, change your 10 people or something, so that you just
Hmm.
start figuring out how to deal with social distancing but still live, which I think is going to happen now that it's
Yeah.
getting warmer. So
Yeah. Now it's getting warmer. Yeah.
I'm hoping people will just kind of think creatively about how to do live safe. And then I think the collaboration thing is going to keep exploding all over the
Yeah.
place. Hmm. Are you doing
Cool.
music?
So I I haven't did it in a while. A lot of things had happened a lot of things had happened through 2020. So let's probably
Mm-hmm.
say like the end of 2019, like,
Mm-hmm.
and that kind of stopped. That kind of like
Mm-hmm.
stopped then and there. But I want to look back. I do want to like look back at it and write more and stuff like that. Like I can write some songs, but I don't write daily. Like some songwriters, I'll be like, well, how do you get all this? Like, wow. So I have to like really get into the groove of like that. But
Yeah.
so how long have you been doing music or singing?
Um, I would say since like 2000,
Oh wow.
yeah, three,
Mhm.
2000, yeah. I have a lot
Okay.
of songs, a lot of songs,
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
sure you probably sitting on a lot of bangers. That's probably a lot.
Well, I don't, I listen, sometimes I listen, I'm like, I still like this, but I don't, I don't know. After a while you make it and it's kind of like, it's like, such a personal reason why you're making each thing that it's like, I don't know, for me, it's kind of like therapy. It's just like getting, you know,
Yeah. Yeah.
and then like, it's the whole thing of like storytelling and,
Yeah.
you know, so sometimes you need that just for yourself. And then when people connect, you're like, yay, so.
Yeah. Yeah. Because I'm like not the only person going through this time.
Yeah,
Whatever's I'm going through. Um,
absolutely.
what artists or bands have you worked with in the past, or who are you currently working with?
Okay, so in the, you know, I have been super um isolated in my music making. I for a
Oh,
very long time ago, I wrote a song, and it was I did it for a label in a studio, and it was lovely, and then I was sort of like, I don't know if this is the path that, I wasn't writing what like the groups were that I was surrounded by. It was and they liked the music, but I was very much like, should I sign an 18-song contract if I'm really not going to write? So I'm a little bit of a weird, like I'm sort of devout in what I believe in. So it was like, am I going to sign a contract and then really be in a situation where I'm writing things that are not necessarily that best represent the artist and have an 18-song contract? You know what I mean?
okay.
So
So you were. So I'm sorry. I'm so super in depth like when it comes to like the music business part because that's like the part that like I just like thrive on getting to know and understanding. So you were going to sign with a
yeah,
group
with a label. Yeah.
or with a label. Okay,
Yeah.
and then you said you didn't like their music or you liked to write your own music. You didn't like the direction they were taking you into.
Well, it's not even a matter of not liking. It's just kind of knowing what you are capable of and
Okay.
what kind of content you're going to write. I am so blessed and humbled for the places that I've worked, but like, I think for me it was like, okay, if you're really going to write this, write music, it's got to be where you are and like where your headspace is, and so you got to tell a story that you can get with, and so for me a lot of it is like, just, I'm not like a sex, drugs, and rock and roll type of writer. Like, I'm not
Right,
gonna,
right.
so and it's just a faith thing, like a belief thing. So it's like, uh but what's cool is that some of the things that I've written, I've heard the same content come later, you know? And music
So
is
you
at a
heard some.
very,
I'm sorry. So
no,
you
you're
heard
good.
like what you wrote in like someone else's song from that company?
No,
Oh
no.
no. Okay, okay. You mean
Yeah,
the kind of stuff you were writing about you see in music later on.
yes,
Okay,
yeah,
okay. All right.
yeah, yeah. So I mean, you know, like finding yourself as a Christian artist is,
Mm-hmm.
I think is much easier now than it was,
Mm-hmm.
20 years ago.
It's easier, yeah, for a Christian
And
person
I
to,
think
yeah,
and I think I have more experience now in knowing how to do it more effectively. So it was
yeah,
kind of a twofold thing, like, and you had the times where you had like 112 or 712 or like, or is it 712? What is it? I sound so crazy.
but I
You
know
know
what
what
you
I'm
mean,
saying?
112 or 702 or that type of stuff,
702.
right?
Thank you, thank you.
I know what you're
You know,
talking about.
I just feel like as a writer, I felt like at the time I might not be writing what they're going to sing.
Hmm.
And I think now it's a
More
time,
diverse, maybe.
yeah, where you have so many different types of artists. There's more lanes.
Yeah, it's more diversity, and
Absolutely.
yeah, and um you can take a lot of different avenues and stuff like that,
Hmm.
and there's fans of a lot of different kind of music. You know,
Absolutely.
it's funny that like record labels or whatever, like they don't believe in it until they see the results.
Yeah.
Until they see the results. If they see the results in it, it's like,
Well, they got to make money.
okay, will someone ask the question? Choose one to show. Okay, share to viewers. Okay, someone asked a question. I hope you're still here. What's
I
the
am.
best way for new artists to market themselves? Would you like to answer? Or
You know what? I'm learning. I think that you got to be consistent and you got to put out quality stuff. Like, and I think it's also about kind of, when I say quality stuff, meaning your posts, the appearance of everything should be kind of polished and look good, and then the consistency. Um, and like, I'm learning. I'm in school right now, girl. I'm taking a class on how to do this because I've been an English teacher for 20 something years. So this is all
oh
like,
wow,
yeah, yeah, yeah. This is like, so for me, I'm learning too how to do it. But it's like, uh, and tell a story. Tell a
hmm,
story about who you are. Don't just go on there and be like, hey, stream my music. Like, get to know people. Get to know. I try to DM everybody that joins my page. I talk to people,
yeah,
because you're a vessel. Like, if
yeah,
your if your music really means something to you, then you want to have an exchange. And I mean, I think that's important, to try to, I don't know, not put too much out there, but to also be honest and candid about who you are, you know?
yeah, yeah. That authenticity, right? So Master Fields, I hope you're still in here. I
Yeah,
would say what you said. What's the best way for a new artist to market themselves? So what I would say is social media is a big platform. It's like you can't do anything without social media, right? And people use their phones. Maybe they might use it as much as they use a computer or more.
for sure.
Um, and if I were you, I would definitely try to learn how to do everything on a beginner's level because it's better. Oh, great. It's better to learn how to do everything on a beginner's level than to not know how to do it. So maybe I might say like visual art, cover art, um, how to upload your songs on a streaming platform. Like a lot of stuff I had a learning curve with because it's like you have to do music and you have to be on you have to be an auto engineer and then you need to be a video person and you need to know how video, like you're being a collection of all these different people that would normally help an artist do all that stuff because you're
Mhm.
cutting down costs and time and stuff like that, and some of it's basic, you could take it on yourself. So that's what I would say do. Learn how to do uh like for instance I would say learn how to do your own flyers. That would be one. And get more
Canva.
familiar with
Canva is your
online
friend.
social media promotion. Yeah. So that's
Hmm.
my, but I tend to be like a little too detailed, but I wish I would have just like pulled those two out. But I think you can get the gist of that. Um, but thank you for like your advice, and thank you for asking the questions, and thank you for your part in the advice, Dana. So, wow, but you've been a music teacher for that long, huh?
No, actually, I've been an English teacher. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, and so I just recently started teaching music, which is a beautiful thing. Yeah.
Now, I'm so my next. I thank you for coming on. I thank you for answering everything. Our next guest is getting ready to come on.
I love it.
So, I thank you for coming on. Thank you for contributing to us, and thank you for telling us about the music.
Yeah, 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 you're beautiful.
Thank you. You too.
All right, my dear, take good care. How do I get off of this thing? What do
Oh,
I do?
let's see.
Mhm.
Let me see. Let me see. I have to make the person join. Let me see where I'm at. I hope I'm doing this
Oh, I
right.
see. I think maybe the error. Okay. Okay, Shay, take care, Mama.
Thank you. You
Okay.
too.
Bye.
Bye. Okay. Okay, Kayo, we're inviting you to the camera.
Yo, yo,
Hey, how are you
I'm
doing?
doing.
How are you feeling for this Friday?
I
Great.
am. I'm doing fantastic.
Good, good. Um, I've seen some pictures of like your daughter. She's beautiful.
Yeah,
And
thank you.
and your wife or partner.
Yeah,
Um,
my fiance. Yeah,
your fiance.
yeah,
Great. That's awesome. So I want to tell you welcome for coming on and everything.
yeah.
And the first question I wanted to ask you is how did you come up with your name?
With roast and review.
Yeah. No,
Um.
your name, Kayo.
Oh,
Your name.
it's just my initials. Like kind of like Eminem, because he was a big influence on my
Oh,
life.
okay.
So it's just my initials, and pretty much I just spelt it differently. So like K and O, and then just put AY in the middle. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so tell me where you're from.
Tom's River, New Jersey.
Okay, Townsville, New Jersey. Is that but not far from Seaside Heights?
Yeah, it's right by it.
Okay, because I really like it out there. Um,
Yeah.
uh, tell me a little bit about what you do, the show you host, and the show you host. Tell me about that.
So I'm a audio engineer,
Yeah.
right? So pretty much I mix like for Kevin Gates, Gucci Mane, Shaquille O'Neal, Fabo.
Okay, so you mix for Kevin Gates and Shaquille O'Neal and Gucci Mane.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Wow.
I have a bunch of records with them, and
Yeah.
I have two shows. So the first show is pretty much uh, where I mix live. So I mix like artists, like clients of mine. I mix it live on like Facebook and Instagram and
Oh wow.
stream it. And then my other show is where I review artists' music. So like
Yeah.
I kind of roast them more so than just review them, but they
Okay.
deserve it. They deserve it.
So like critic.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Because I can be critical too sometimes. What type of music services do you provide? But you already told me you were an auto engineer, but is there any other services that you provide?
No, a lot of people think like I like marketing and stuff like that. I
Yeah.
really don't. If your music's fire, I have a video guy who will cut up clips and like post it on my page. Um,
Hmm.
or if it's a really really good roast, I'll post that because it's funny. But like I don't do any like pay to play like promo shit. I'm just it's just too much of a headache, and I got like my own thing just going, you know.
I've seen you actually have two pages?
At three, yeah. So
Oh,
I
you have
have,
three pages. Okay.
yeah, my K Diddy KO page. I have roast and review, and then me and my fiance we just started a candle company called Finley Collection.
Okay, so a candle company called Philly Collection. So that's like you guys make candles, and you can
Yeah,
tell me a little bit more about that too.
yeah.
What would
So we love candles, and we just wanted to get into the business, and I just like I know I have like a community behind me to help initially push it. But it's something that we really want to get involved in, and we dabbled with it for a couple, I would say about for like 6 months, and then now we're like full force into it. So yeah.
Okay, okay.
Yes.
Right. And do you have the name of the candle company yet, or?
Yes. Well, here's my beautiful fiance. So.
Oh, sorry. Hi, I'm not beautiful.
Hi, hello.
Hi.
I'm sorry.
No, I
Hi,
just
hello.
heard
My
you
name's
say
Shayrenee.
candles, so I just wanted to show you
We have
some
cupcake candles.
cupcake. No,
Oh, so they smell like cupcakes.
Yeah.
and we have
Wow.
marble.
Yeah.
Okay.
And what's the name of the candle company so I can pin this in the comments?
Finley Collection. Finley Collection.
Philly Collection.
Finley, yeah.
Yeah, it's
Finley.
it's for our daughter.
Yeah, it's for our daughter.
Okay.
Why? Oh, you're a dum-dum. Okay. Yeah,
Okay.
so candles on
Okay.
the, flipping some wax, yeah.
Okay. Okay, so you was already telling me about your two shows, but where can people find that at? Like, where can they, because I like to direct them where they can find stuff at, where they can find all
So
your
my
stuff
big
at.
platform is Facebook. Facebook is like my heart and soul. It's how I actually make my living, is actually through Facebook. Because I'm a managed partner on Facebook, so I'm like considered a streamer.
Oh, okay. Awesome.
Yeah, so I stream on Facebook 3 or 4 times a day. Like tonight, I'll be streaming around like 9:30, which would be nice.
Oh, okay. So you got a big schedule.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So,
I stream 4 times on Facebook and then at least once a day on Instagram. So.
okay. So the next question I want to ask you was, what is the best advice you would give an upcoming artist or an upcoming, like, it's two questions actually. Which advice would you give an upcoming artist, and which advice would you give like upcoming auto engineer or producer?
Up and coming?
Yes, like new, yeah.
For artists, I think the best advice I would give them is to just make music and content that pertains to your life. Even if it's boring, like if you just work at Staples and you want to make music on the side and shit like that, then document that. More people will connect with that. So many times I have, people who, finesse and make music that, it's just unbelievable, where like he's talking about owning a Range Rover and all that shit. And, he doesn't even have a car in real life. You know what I'm saying? Like you can just tell, you know what I'm saying? So I think that's a big issue. So I think artists really need to understand that they just need to be themselves and don't be afraid to document a boring life, because it's a real life. For audio engineers up and coming, mix people for free and get in the studio as much as you can for free. I think too many people want to get paid and they don't know why they would even get paid. You can't just get paid off of you can't just get paid off of someone's time. You need to have actual real value. And I think too many engineers want to get paid too fast up front, and then they end up just getting pissed off and work at Guitar Center.
Okay. Do you have any, okay, so that was some really good advice. And someone actually has a question. It says, how do artists get their songs a review on your show? So you can answer that one, and you can answer that one, and then I'll go to the next question I'm going to ask you.
Just go to the website, roastandreview.com. I have 2 options. It's a urgent skip or a skip. Just because when I do I review on Instagram, the shows get so filled in there that like I have to charge, you know what I'm saying, for it to like get to the more important songs that want to get played. So, but every week, whether you pay for a skip or an urgent skip, I do a wheel contest where I put all the names of who paid to play, and whoever's name it lands on, they get a free mixing live. So I literally give them an entire song. I mix for them for free, which is about $175 value, completely for free. And I do it every week. Once a week, someone's going to win.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for answering that question.
Yeah.
The next question I had was, do you have any products or merch for sale? Now I know people pay you for your time to be an auto engineer and a producer, but do you have any products or merch for sale on your online?
Yeah, I have my candles, obviously, and we had shirts and we had stuff like that, but honestly, it started to get a little bit just too chaotic with trying to get the right sizes and ordering and stuff. And then I tried to drop ship. Then I just stopped after a while because it just gets too much. I literally streaming and mixing, I would say about 16 hours a day.
Oh wow, you going in?
Yeah, I
So
do about 70 songs a week. So a
um,
lot.
I wanted to ask, not to interrupt you, but I wanted to ask, what songs is it? Can you talk about the songs that you mixed? You said for Kevin Gates or Gucci Man?
Yeah, yeah. So for
Okay.
Kevin Gates, there's a song called Disappear. I think it's got like 10 million views on YouTube.
Uh-huh.
Um, then I got a song called Fade Away with Kevin Gates. That's got about 8 million views. For
Sure.
Gucci Man, I got a song called Bruce Banner. I think that's got like 7 million. Um, for Shaq, there's a song called Hercules. Yeah.
Is this in the two? Is this now? Like, is this now, or is this like a little bit?
I think like 2018. Yeah,
Oh
2018.
wow. Okay. So yes, that's very good. So that's the stuff that I'm
But
still
I
like
stopped.
stuff that
You got
I'm
to remember,
listening
I
to.
stopped right around that then too because I wanted to get into the streaming world and I didn't want to be in studios. Like I make my living from this room. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? Like I
Okay.
don't leave
This
my
is your
house.
bread
I
and
don't
butter.
travel no more. I have my daughter. Like family. Like
Yeah.
I don't. I'm not even in the studio. Like artists record everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Like
Hmm.
then they bring it to me and I mix it either offline or live.
Oh wow. Okay. So that's interesting. But this is what you do. You stream. Um.
Yep.
Um. Do you have any? I know. I know to ask you this question, but do you have any up and coming live performances? You're getting ready to go live, and you mix while you live, right? And you review.
Right.
Okay. Okay. So when is your next live happening?
Um. I think Monday. Monday at 1:30.
Monday at 1:30 is your next live. And
2 Eastern Standard Time, yeah. So that's kind of like the schedule that I do on Instagram to begin with. It's usually at the
okay.
1:30 mark. I don't know why it's at 1:30. I just started
Mhm.
going live and streaming, and like 1:30 was just a weird time that like it got packed. You know, like it would pack in. I'm just like, wow, okay. I think eventually I'm gonna do 2 a days, and I want to do like a midnight stream where like it's an after dark R&R type shit. You know what I mean? I think it would get a little freaky.
Okay. All right. Um how long have you been doing this? How long have you been an auto engineer in the music business and stuff like that?
Wow. Audio engineering about 19 years.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I'm 34, but I started early.
Well, that's good. Yeah.
But like professionally audio engineering, like paying
Hmm.
bills with it, I think like at the age of 26. Um, I've been streaming those since 2017. So
All right. All right. So you where do you think like the future of music and production is going due to like COVID-19 shutdowns?
my way.
Your way. Okay.
It's going my way. Um,
Okay.
I, I think it's what I offer is a different experience. I think kids can record. See, I think that whole illusion of like I need to call up my boys, we need to go to the studio, and we need to rap records. Like I don't think that exists anymore. And if you're doing that, you're kind of foolish because you're paying the hourly time to kind of jerk around and not really get anything done. It's fun. Don't get me wrong. Like depends what level you're at in your career.
Right.
Like if you're at a level where you have a massive fan base, then yeah, then it's on you. You can do whatever the fuck you. Someone who's really on a budget, you don't want to be doing that. So I think more and more people are going to be recording in their homes. They're going to be teaching themselves, trying to how to get a decent mix. And honestly,
Mhm.
like what my service offers is them to promote. Say like I'm mixing a dope kid Sunday night. He's promoting. You know what I'm saying? He's promoting now to get everybody this new song Sunday night. And boom, I go live and anyone who's his friends, my community, we come in and we can all kind of mix it together. Like in my chats, there's people like add a snare drum there or take some of that kick out. You know what I'm saying? Like we're all communicating and mixing it as a collective. And I think the next step for that artist with his potential fans is those fans now kind of connect with him. And if he does a video and he puts the song out, there's that connection where like, yo, I was in that live when you were getting that shit mixed. Look at this finished product. You know what I'm saying? And now you can build loyalty with my community. And I think that's amazing.
Okay. So that's some good advice. I wanted to ask if you had a shot at working with anybody that you haven't already worked with, who would or you know who would you work with?
Wow. Jack Harlow.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
I think
Cool.
if I reached out to him, it's possible. Like here's the thing, I stopped really trying to do that because like it's great and all, but I really got a passion for the independent market. Like I really do. I think that's why I'm like very, very successful on the business end of mixing and why I have so many clients. I really care. And I stress that it's nice to have the big names and then like that brings in attention and it's always a good business move. But
Right.
like I don't wake up every day like I gotta mix Drake or I gotta get an Eminem record. I mean, of course I love an Eminem record. Of course, you know, I mixed funny story. I mixed Fresher, who did a song with Eminem. That was like the closest I ever got to Elm. That would be dope. But like, yeah, I mean, like Jack Harlow, I like these guys that are really like up and coming. You know, I mean, he's with Bad Boy. That shit would be like a dope because I know his style inside and out, and I would really be able to do shit with him. Yeah. He's probably the only artist I really like to sit down with. You know,
You would like that? Okay.
But that's about it.
Okay.
That's a good question.
So, when you were saying, just to piggyback on you saying about independent artists, this is actually why I am hosting this. This is why I'm hosting this. Because I see so many people that have so much talent in the industry, but they go like unnoticed because it's so many people. So I do think like those things, the things that you're doing and
why do you
working
think they
with
go
independent
unnoticed?
artists. Why do they go unnoticed? First, it's a lot of stuff out here, just because it's a lot of stuff. So, and I think it was important for someone that is a part of the music industry could make a platform like that or could do something like you're doing. Like I've never really heard of someone making music as they're going, at least not a lot. Like what you're doing, it's kind of unique. And someone having like a roast and review show. I never seen that before. So that's what like kind of like drew me to it. And I was like, I want to see what like questions and talk to the host and talk to them about auto engineering and talk to them about all the other important things that are in music.
I mean, don't get it wrong. There's hundreds, if not thousands, of music review shows on Facebook, probably live right now. Problem is,
Sure.
and like, I always sound bitter when I say this, but it's like I have to, you know what I mean? Like I got to be the person that says, but like a lot of them are doing it to promote their own music.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? Where it's like in between, once they get a little small pop of people, like 20, 30 people, they'll play their own record and like vibe out and act a fool. And then they get back to it. And then you got people who are like trying to make a quick $30, right? Like you'll see their cash app me $2. I play your song. Like that's not like real. You know what I'm saying? And they're not making any real content, nor are they doing anything with that to repurpose for social media. Right. So like when I do a review show, I got like professional equipment, but it's the content and the advice that I do as the post-production of that show where the artist can repost, reshare, like it's building for them. It's allowing them to have professional content on their pages. Some of the artists, when they post my shit, it's the most professional content they got on their Instagram. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, fuck, you know what I'm saying? They got to do it. So I mean, and much respect to the review show community. Like, there's a couple out there that like I really fuck with because they really just genuinely are for it. But there's just it's so saturated with just cash at me $5 and I play your song and like you're just I don't know why people would even do that, you know. But it is what it is, you know. It is what it is.
Right. I think it's also important for people that are up and coming in the industry or even have been here, independent or mainstream, to be interviewed and see it from both sides. Like to interview a host. This is actually my first time interviewing a host.
It's practice.
So yeah.
It's practice
So
for you. It's practice for me. You know what I'm saying? Like I do it for the post content. Like I know these two squares are gonna show up on my Instagram somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Like I know I'm gonna repurpose this. I know I'm gonna watch it and I'm gonna get better. You know what I'm saying? Like on my roast review, I've interviewed a ton of people. You know what I'm saying? Like
Sure.
I've interviewed Shaquille O'Neal came on my show. You know what I'm saying? Like Havoc from Mobb Deep came on my show. Fucking Gary Owen, Be Real came on my show. You know what I'm saying? Like
I seen that one.
yeah, you know, so it's like I've it was all practice. And like I chose to slow down on interviews because it's a fucking process to schedule, get them situated in a Zoom call, get them organized, get the promo material, make the overlays. It's like my business right now, doing 70 plus mixes a week, plus a new company. I just kind of now moving in a different direction. You know, I might get back to it and I want to, but right now things are just really good. And like, I just want
Things is really good is where they're at.
yeah.
I think it's also important to have something like the Indie Spotlight and like Roast Review so people can see the industry from both sides.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
They need to see it. So that's the reason why I actually made this, so that they can see it from both sides. And so with that, you can tell people where to find your stuff at again, even though they probably know, but I like to talk about that again. And are you working with any upcoming artists now? I know you work with a lot of them, but is there anybody like in particular that you might want to talk about or whatever before, like, you know, we wrap up the interview?
Well, so I mixed live the other day and Chingy came in my show.
Okay.
Yeah, so like we were like,
Is
really?
this on
Right
Facebook?
there?
I'm sorry,
Right
is this
there
on
in my
Facebook?
show? Well, on Facebook,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
So he came in on my show and he just loved what I was like, how I was mixing, the excitement. So he is sending me a few records to do. So I'm very excited about that. I think it's just because like I used to vibe out to him, like, you know,
Yeah.
we're on
Oh
an
yeah, I
older
used to love
spectrum.
watching music.
So it's gonna be really cool to work with him. I'm trying to get a Nelly record. I really want to do something with Nelly. I think that's gonna be really, really beneficial. I think just because these are guys that like I've listened to. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you wrote with, yeah, of course.
So yeah, that's pretty much what I got coming up. I got some brand deals coming up. There's a company called Trubify. Trubify, I think, is going to be in a massive streaming platform for all micro influencers. I'm not sure if you heard of Trubify, but you should download it now. It's amazing, and it's free. And then I have a brand deal with Fan Connect, which is a text messaging blast like fan organization platform where like you can build your fan base through text messaging. And I highly recommend every artist in the game to fucking use it. You know, like when I go live on some of my shows, I'm texting 2,000 people right before the show. 2,000, come in, let's go. You know what I mean? And that's how they pop the fuck off. And I feel like a lot of people could benefit that when they do their shows. Like, hey, I'm performing in fucking, you know, Clearwater, Florida, you know what I'm saying, on such and such date. Send that text message through and you can start packing the building.
Sure. Okay, so I'm gonna have to ask you to probably, like, when you get time, to DM me those two apps. But I'm going to just wrap up my interview here. And I wanted to thank you for coming on and talking to me, and thank Dana Holness for coming on.
For sure.
And thank everybody for watching.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you, guys. Good night, guys.
Bye.